My name is Professor Fiona Colson and I'm the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic and your MC for today. I'd like to start by acknowledging that we're meeting here on Larrakia country, which always was and always will be Aboriginal land. I pay my respects to elders past and present and extend that respect to other First Nations people here today. Now, my job this morning is to explain to you how today's ceremony will run. Firstly, you've got a few more minutes to send any urgent texts before we ask that you either turn your mobile phone off or at least to silent for the duration of the ceremony. Families and friends, we are delighted that you can be with us today. This is a celebration and we really want you to celebrate the success of our wonderful graduands. So clap and cheer for all your worth. There are no noise limits today. If we need to evacuate the venue, exits are located at the front and rear of the room. And if you hear the evacuation alert, please follow venue staff instructions. As the academic procession enters, you will hear the season's fanfare. This is a signature tune that was commissioned by the university for grand occasions such as this one. The season's fanfare pays homage to Charles Darwin and maps a journey through the territory's seasons and history. We hope you enjoy listening to it. Today you'll also see our university mace. The mace bearer will immediately precede the Chancellor in the academic procession and the mace will sit in the centre of the stage for the duration of the ceremony. Charles Darwin University is committed to the achievement of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and their communities across the Northern Territory and Australia. In recognition of this commitment, you will see our First Nations graduands at this ceremony wearing a unique stole and pin. The stoles are based on the design and colours of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander flags, and it is a practice we have followed since its inception by our Pro-Vice-Chancellor Indigenous leadership in 2009. Our photographers will be busy throughout the ceremony taking pictures, and you'll be able to have individual photographs taken after the ceremony. Feel free to take pictures and videos from wherever you are seated. This is a special occasion and we want you to remember it for a long time to come. So now to the ceremony itself. Today's ceremony will be presided over by the Acting Chancellor, Brendan Douglas, who will confer awards on graduating students during the ceremony. When the academic procession takes their place on stage, please remain standing for the National Anthem. In the early part of the ceremony, our Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Scott Bowman AO, will ask the graduands to stand and then ask the Chancellor to confer all of today's awards, at which point you, the audience, can cheer. Each graduand will be then called individually across the stage and presented. Today we have graduands from the CDU TAFE and the Faculty of Arts and Society, presented by Professor Ruth Wallace. Now graduands, this is the bit you need to listen to. These are your instructions. You are an integral part of today's ceremony. You have a starring role to play on stage. You will be prompted to line up behind the scenes by one of our ushers, where you'll also receive your testament before being presented to the Chancellor. When it's your turn, walk to the edge of the red carpet as directed and wait for your name to be called. When you hear your name, walk towards the Chancellor. Acknowledge him by nodding, and generally we touch the left-hand side of our bonnet or mortarboard like that. So it's just a little nod. If you forget, that's okay too. Don't pull so hard that you pull your mortarboard off, but if it does come off, just pick it up. This is not a big deal. The other thing, there's a lot of symbolism in the ceremony. One of the things we're going to ask you to do is please make sure your tassel on your mortarboard is on the right-hand side. Want to have a think about which one that is? Yeah, good. Okay. And you'll understand the significance of that a little later in the ceremony. Now, when you reach the middle here, pause and stand next to the Chancellor and then turn towards the photographer in the front row for your picture. Then follow our usher's instructions to the next available seat in your row. And if you completely forget everything that I've said, just follow the person in front of you. Graduates and guests, please remain seated until the ceremony has finished. We want every graduate to have a full house, whether called first or last. And right at the end of the ceremony, you'll hear one of your fellow graduates address the hall, so please, no leaving early. At the end of the ceremony, the academic procession will form a guard of honour, and graduands actually you'll be graduates at this stage, you'll be prompted by our ushers to exit through the Guard of Honour. After the ceremony, there will be light refreshments behind us in the Student Square. It now gives me my very great pleasure to hand over to our Alumni Manager, Mr. David McBain, who will talk to you about staying connected to CDU.
Thank you, Deputy Vice-Chancellor. Get my bits in order here. Good morning, graduands, and congratulations on your graduation from Charles Darwin University. A special shout out to our former colleague Arjun, who's graduating in this ceremony. I know how much you've been looking forward to this day, and we're so proud to be able to watch you walk across this stage later on. Graduating from university is one of life's great milestones. It is something to be celebrated, and I congratulate each and every one of you on your achievements. Once you walk out of these doors, you become alumni of Charles Darwin University, something that we're so proud of, and something that you can proudly say for the rest of your lives. You're leaving here with a qualification which will contribute greatly to your success in the future. But your connection with us doesn't end when you complete your study. As a graduate, we're here to support you through your career journey. Your knowledge, expertise and success can also be shared to help develop others who in a few years' time will be sitting exactly where you are today. As alumni of CDU, you also have access to a range of special benefits. You can obtain free advice on all matters relating to your ongoing professional development through our Virtual Career Centre. You have access to the libraries across all of our campuses and our online library resources. And you have free access to LinkedIn Learning, where you can access over 15,000 courses delivered in 7 languages to help you continue developing a wide range of new skills anywhere and at any time. We'll help you keep up to date with what's happening at CDU through our alumni e-news and social media pages, and you'll be invited to regular alumni networking events, irrespective of where you live. This includes the CDU Alumni Awards, for which you're now eligible for a nomination. The Alumni Awards have been designed to showcase our brightest stars, people who have graduated from CDU and are using their knowledge and skills to do amazing things around the world. We celebrate them at a gala dinner, which is being held at the Darwin Convention Centre in November. Nominations are still open and will close at the end of May, so if you know someone who you think is worthy of an award, please consider nominating them, or indeed yourself. Some of you might have noticed that I'm standing up here with a little crocodile that's dressed like us. This is Charlie, and like you, he's the latest member of CDU's alumni community, and I have one for each of you to collect from the alumni desk in the Career Centre at the end of the ceremony. He's our gift to you, a small memento that will remind you of your time here at CDU and the time that you stood on this red carpet and had your photo taken as a proud CDU alum. I encourage you to stay connected with us. It brings so many rewards and opportunities, and we would love to continue to hear about your future achievements and where your education with us has taken you. I know that this is a very exciting day. I'm babbling on a little bit, and some of you are a little bit nervous, so I don't expect any of you to remember anything that I'm saying right now. But in the coming days or weeks, when you have a spare moment, jump online and look up CDU alumni, update your details so that we can keep in touch with you, and check out the offers that are available to you as alumni of Charles Darwin University. Congratulations again on your graduation. I'm so excited for you, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you at the end of the ceremony when you come and collect your little crocodile out at the Career Centre just outside those doors. Thank you.
Thank you, David. I would also just remind you that we are streaming the ceremony, so if there's anyone at home who was unable to attend, you can remind them of that streaming. And on that note, just a reminder, please make sure that your mobile phones are on silent. The ceremony is due to commence shortly.
Charles Darwin University graduation. Congratulations on your achievement. Now you stand ready to create a new world of possibilities. This is your CDU graduation. Graduands, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession is about to commence. Please stand and remain standing.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, all beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Ms. Maria Randazzo, Honorary Consul of France for the Northern Territory, distinguished guests, graduands, family and friends, welcome. To commence proceedings, Dr. Aunty Billawarra Lee, OAM, is unable to be with us in person today, but was kind enough to record a welcome to country for us.
Mili Mapachua, Damerli Jutu Gurumerijan. Good day, everybody. Welcome to Larrikey country. I'm sorry I'm not with you in body, but I'm definitely here with you in heart and spirit. My name is Aunty Billawarra Lee. I'm a senior Larrikey elder and the Larrikey Academic in Residence for Charles Darwin University. I wanted to congratulate all the graduates on reaching this point in your graduation. I wish you all the best and safe journey on your coming life journey. And remember, you will always be a member of the CDU family. It's my privilege on behalf of the other elders of the Larrakia Nation, past and present, to welcome to Gwawa Daranyiki land. You are walking in Larrakia land. When you leave, our message will stay with you. So I hope you stay in my country a safe and nourished one, and I ask the spirits of my ancestors to watch over you while you're here. All the ask in return, that you walk softly on Mother Earth and treat her with love and respect as the Larrakia people do. You have travelled the sacred lands of my ancestors. As every sunrise and sunset you have experienced here was the ancestors saying welcome. There was always a place for you here. We will not leave this beautiful place feeling the same way when you arrived. I wish you all the best. Thank you. Mama Bachua. See you later.
Yes, please join me in thanking Dr. Lee for welcoming us here today. Auntie B loves graduations, and while she's not with us in person, we know she's certainly with us in spirit. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Scott Bowman AO, to deliver the welcome address. It's my fault. I didn't tell you something in the warm-up. The Vice-Chancellor really likes to be welcomed to the stage. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that that bit didn't happen. I'm going to announce him again, and this time you're really going to clap and cheer for all you're worth. So we'll start again. Just pretend it didn't happen, okay? I now invite the Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Scott Bowman AO, to deliver the welcome address.
Well, thank you very much. That was such a warm welcome and very unexpected. Thank you very much. Look, it was wonderful to hear Auntie B giving us that welcome to her country. We do miss her at graduations. She has been ill, but she's making a great recovery, so I think she will be back at graduation soon. And she is a really important part of the university. In fact, the hall that we're in today is called Gulwa, the Austin Ash Hall. And the name Gulwa was put forward by Auntie B because it is a Larrakia word, and we are in Larrakia country. Austin Ash, as I'm sure just about everyone knows, is absolutely treasure of the Northern Territory, a great figure from the Northern Territory, and also the first Chancellor of the university. And I think that sums up the university, that we are about connection. And that connection between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people is very important to us. The other thing that I like about the name of this hall is Gulwa, Gulwa. So it is the Larrakia name for a place of meeting and a place of celebration. And we need to remember that this morning. This is a celebration. We're not one of those stuffy universities that says, please don't clap individual students, wait until the end. We really want you to make a lot of noise. Now, we had the nurses and the paramedics in yesterday afternoon. They were pretty noisy. I think Faculty of Arts and Society can beat that. And I'm ready for a celebration. I'm really ready to go. Look, I got my graduation boots on. Look at those. I have got my Taylor Swift friendship bracelet on. Anyone go to see Taylor Swift? Anyone? Yes, good. I didn't. But someone, Raf in media made me the bracelet. Is Raf here? No? Oh, the damn thing won't fall off. I'm trying to get it to fall. Anyway, So we've got that, and also importantly, I have got this very important tie on. This tie is full of history. It's been worn by vice-chancellors of the university since the inception of the university, when it was the Northern Territory University. And it's got an interesting background because it was a gift from Beijing University, and actually what happened, in the Forbidden City, they found some silkworms in there that were still alive. They are still there in Beijing, and the silk for this tie came from those silkworms from the Forbidden City. So this is a form of our connection with China. It's a very important part of the university history. So it's great to be wearing the tie in that tradition. So we are going to celebrate. One thing I've got to do an official bit. I always forget the official bit. There is a very important rule, I'm afraid, to the university. I have noticed there are some children and maybe some babies. Any babies? You got a baby back there? Yeah, okay. Look, we do have a rule. If the children start making a lot of noise, or if they start crying, the rule is you're not allowed to take them outside. They are very welcome here. We don't... Yeah. We don't mind a bit of noise from kids. Honestly, this is a celebration. It's not a funeral. It's also very reassuring for us here that we know that there's another crop of students coming through, so it's fine. In fact, could I encourage you, when our occasional speaker, Derek Pugh, gets up to speak, maybe give the kids a good pinch and get them crying and screaming. That could be really good. So, now we're going to go through the day and we're going to be saying how wonderful this bunch over here are, how well they've done, congratulations and all of that. And, you know, we do that, but we know that the real heroes in the room are you lot. You've had to, yeah. How many years have you been putting up with them? How often have they been whinging on, oh, this degree is so difficult, oh, no, I can't go on this teaching placement, the computer's just broke down, the dog's at the assignment, can I have some money, please? I think you lot should all stand up. Stand up. Face your supporters, and remember that this camera is being beamed all around the world. It looks like an iPad, but it's a camera. So this is being streamed all around the world. Give them a round of applause for putting up with you. Okay, that's enough. They weren't that good. Sit down. Now, so your job, you have a big part in this, a big part in graduation. Make a lot of noise when people come across the stage. Maximum points if you can really embarrass your loved ones when they come across. If they had a little silly nickname when they were toddlers, maybe call that out. Really, I did with my daughter and son. So really go for it and have an absolutely great time. I look forward to meeting you afterwards when we go outside for refreshments. Just have a really good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. And now for the presentation of the Honorary Awards as awarded by the CDU Council. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting Mrs. Angelica Ann Poulos, OAM, with an Honorary Doctor of Letters today. Mrs. Poulos is an esteemed member of the Darwin community and works tirelessly to promote and preserve the Greek culture and civic endeavours in a volunteer capacity. Mrs. Poulos is also the co-founder of CDU's Guardian of Greek Culture, Language and Culture program, which was established in 2012. The program works closely with the NT community and since establishment has raised over $1.5 million to develop Australia's best Hellenic and Greek studies program. Mrs. Poulos has played a significant role in the fundraising and spreading awareness of the program in the Territory across Australia and beyond. The program incorporates opportunities for study tours to Greece, postgraduate research, exchange programs, and advancing the understanding and appreciation of over 5,000 years of Greek influence on world history and culture. Mrs. Poulos has been pivotal in the program's in-country study program and ongoing liaison with Greek and Australian stakeholders and funding bodies. In addition to her volunteer work, Mrs. Poulos has had an extensive and successful career in executive-level corporate and government positions before working full-time in the company she established with her husband. She is the co-director at Nakara Electric and Building Company Proprietary Limited, based in Darwin. Mrs. Poulos has also served on the Executive Committee of the Hellenic Macedonian Association of the NT from 1977 to 2020 and is now a life member. She's also served on the Greek Orthodox Community Greek School Committee and in the Glentie Festival Committee for more than 30 years. In 2012, she was awarded the Chief Minister's Medal for Outstanding Service to the Northern Territory's multicultural community. In 2023, along with her husband, Estratios Poulos, Ms. Poulos was awarded the Medal of Order of Australia OAM. Chancellor, in recognition of her contribution to promoting Charles Darwin University globally and spreading awareness and preservation of Greek culture, history and language in the Northern Territory and beyond, Charles Darwin University Council awards Mrs. Angelica Anapoulos, OAM, the title of Honorary Doctor of Letters. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting Mr. Derek Pugh, OAM, with an Honorary Doctor of Letters today. Mr. Pugh is an educator and award-winning author who has spent nearly 40 years living and working in the Northern Territory after moving from the Australian Capital Territory. Mr. Pugh has spent over 35 years in education as a teacher and principal in various contexts, from large urban senior schools to tiny remote homeland centre schools in central Arnhem Land and several international schools. His other passion is writing. He has written 18 books in several genres, including Northern Territory settlement history, science, adventure, travel, and young adult fiction. He is most well known for his History 8-book series on early European settlement of the Top End, Tambora, and the novels Tammy Damokura and the Schoolies. His book 20 to the Mile on the history of the Overland Telegraph Line has recently been turned into a documentary film with Mr. Pugh as its presenter. Mr. Pugh was the winner of the Territory Red Best Non-Fiction Book for 2016 for Tambora, Travels to Sumbawa and Mountains of Change, and was shortlisted for the Chief Minister's Book of the Year in 2016, 2020 and again in 2021. Mr. Pugh was an integral part of CDU's Animal Ethics Committee from 2015 to 2021, where he helped ensure activities related to the care and use of animals for specific purposes were conducted in compliance with Australian codes. Mr. Pugh holds a Master of Educational Studies and a Diploma in Educational Management from the Northern Territory University. In 2020, Mr. Pugh's endeavours in education were recognised when he received the Medal of Order of Australia. Chancellor, in recognition for his outstanding contribution to education and to the preservation of Northern Territory's history, Charles Darwin University Council awards Mr. Derek Pugh, OAM, the title of Honorary Doctor of Letters.
I'll let Derek take his seat. Just in time for me to say it is time for today's occasional address, which will be delivered by Mr. Derek Pugh, AAM. Please give Derek a very warm welcome.
How are we going? Thanks very much, everybody. I'm a graduation event virgin in many ways. I've had 5 opportunities to graduate at different universities, 2 of them here at the Northern Territory University, and never made it. The problem is these events are usually held in about February, March or April, and if you're not around, then you don't go. I always moved off, did something else. So it's taken me to the 6th attempt, I guess, to become a graduand, and well, it's an honorary degree, but I'm very pleased to be here. And so my congratulations goes to all the graduands over here and the PhD students. If you think you've finished and you've got your degree, you are wrong. It's a competitive world out there. Keep on with your education because it doesn't stop. Your sense of humour doesn't get you anywhere. I went for a job with the Antarctic Division, and you know, I had to do all these psychological tests with the army, and the woman came out, the psychologist she said 250 questions. She said, "Oh, you're very competitive." And I said, "No, I'm not. You're more competitive than I am." And she said, "You see?" And I was told I was too flippant to be a station leader in Antarctica, so I missed out on that one. But I did spend a long time in the bush teaching in homeland centres and in Aboriginal schools. Some of the best teaching parts of my career were out there. You don't really realise what an effect you have until the other day. For instance, a young woman, 35, 36-year-old woman came up and said, "Hello, Derek." I said, "Yes, who are you?" And she said, "I'm Antonia. You remember me? I'm from Garmity." And I said, "Oh yes, I remember you. Last time I saw you, you were 5 years old in a school out in Central Arnhem Land." And she remembered me 30 years later. So just if you're ever working with people, they do remember, and that's going to be the theme of my little talk today. How do you remember things? I spent a few years in Central Australia as a group school principal, looking after 10 schools across the Central Desert region, from Willara across down Bludowitz and down to Fink. There were 10 schools that covered about 1% of the country of Australia, so about 700 kids in those 10 schools. Before I get to those, it was a continual travelling job. I also did some time as a brain-compatible education advisor or lecturer or presenter. And part of that story was to do with memory and how do you memorise, or how do we teach things and how does it go into the memory. And neurologists look at 4 different types of memory. There's procedural memory, where you learn to do something. Think of riding a bicycle and you learn the procedure of getting there. And it's high motivation and it's easy for kids to do. There's episodic memory, which is a special event that doesn't happen very often, so it stands out in your mind. Something that could be quite entertaining, maybe music, maybe a trauma. It goes straight into your memory banks quite quickly. The third one is semantic memory, and that's the most difficult. That's what you guys who've just been studying university, that's what you've been doing. It takes the longest. That's reading, writing, and things that, and language. It takes a long, long time to learn. So that's the most difficult. What have we got? They've got the 4 of them. The third one, semantic. The 4th one is emotional memory. You all remember the first time you fell in love, or the first time something emotionally happened. So, and that's a very easy thing to get in. Now, I used to teach memory, and I used to, as a peripatetic principal, I was the only peripatetic primary principal prestidigitalist in the Northern Territory, which meant that I was travelling around Aboriginal communities in Central Australia. And when I first started the job, I had 1 or 2 magic tricks. I could pull the end of my thumb off, basically, and kids thought that was pretty cool. So next time I went out there, I had more. And I did it for 4 years. And so by the end of the 4 years, I was a travelling magician. I was the principal of the school. The kids didn't know that I was principal because they had head teachers and staff looking after the school. And I'd turn up and I'd give magic shows. And the power of magic in teaching English and teaching anything is quite remarkable, and it's a high memory thing. So if you'll join me, I'm going to show you some magic today, which is a memory thing. I don't know whether you're going to see this very well, but in this bag here, I've got 2 pom-poms. You can See the little pom-poms? I have a black one and a white one. Now, if you were a bunch of little kids sitting around on a classroom floor, I'd say, what colour is that? And you'd go? No, you wouldn't. You'd go? Okay. And then I would say, no, you've got to say it properly. We're teaching English here. You could say, that is a black pom-pom. And this, that is a white pom-pom. Now, there's only two. Put them up there, because the bag's empty, of course. Now, if you put the white pom-pom in there, that is a white pom-pom, and the black pom-pom in there, and you do a little bit of magic waving, a little abracadabraing, you can pull it out, and you can pull the black pom-pom out, and now it's white. Now, this really gets kids. You pull the white pom-pom out, and the black pom-pom is now black. Very, very clever, because there's nothing else in there. But then you'd ask kids, is there anything else you wanted to do? And they'd say, well, we're not very happy with that, because the black pom-pom and white pom-pom, that's not really good magic. And I'd say, well, what else do you want? Well, sometimes they'd say, well, we'd rather a green one, if you've got a green one, to turn the white one into a green one, or with a bit of luck, blue, a lighter blue colour. That'd be good. So, in this way, you could model good English, and it was very important to do it like that. Now that I've established my credentials as a magician, I would like to do another one, if I may. I need to, Vice Chancellor, do you think I could borrow your tie? I know it's a very, very important tie. Yeah, do you mind?
The uni tie?
Yeah. You don't mind?
Well, you want to take it off?
Yes, please.
And give it to you?
Yes. Yes. Now, I'll treat it with reverence. You trust me. You can, as I always say, you can trust me. I'm an alumni. Okay. Now, I have 3 different coloured papers here. Actually, I do need some help, and I might have to speak a bit louder. I'm going to go over there. Can I ask you to stand up? Yes, I will. I promise. I promise. Now, I've got all nervous now because I don't know. This normally doesn't work like this. Because quite often I'll come in. I'll use my own tie, but it's covered in chickens. Would you like that instead? And there you go. That works well. Now, I'm talking about episodic memory. This is an episode that Vice-Chancellor Scott will probably not forget. He will remember it. So thank you very much. Congratulations all again, everybody. Nice to have a chicken tie.
Thank you, Derek. I think that's been the most enjoyable occasional address I've heard for a long time. Please accept these flowers as a token of our appreciation. I've never had the Vice-Chancellor and Chancellor involved in an occasional address. Well done. Today's musical presentation will be Song for Wed 10am, an original written and performed by Jamie Page. Jamie is a local singer-songwriter performing around Darwin as a soloist or with others in his band Fanciful. When he is not singing, Jamie spends much of his time working and learning with rangers across the remote top end. These wild and beautiful landscapes, the people and cultures, inspire the fanciful music. Jamie has been studying and occasionally working with CDU since 1998, and this year graduates with a Certificate 4 in Music. In 2023, Jamie won the Songwriters, Composers and Lyricists Association National Songwriting Competition for Song for Wed 10am. Please give Jamie a warm welcome.
Thank you for having me here. Privileged to be on Larrakia country. This song's called Song for Wed 10am. It's about a little town out west I spent a lot of time in over the last few years. A little tribute to decolonisation, seeing people for who they are, not who I think they should be or what they should be. There is so much love everywhere I look around. There is so much love in this crazy little town. You've seen a history no one should ever see, but you still walked home with love in your heart. You know who you are, you know where you come from, and that is something they can never take from you. There is so much love everywhere I look around. There is so much love in this crazy little town. See the smiling faces of children when they play. See the people dancing just like yesterday. There is so much love. They try to knock you, they try to put you down, but you're still standing with 2 feet on the ground. They try to change your world with every passing trend, but you're part of something with no beginning and no end. There is so much love everywhere I look around. There is so much love in this crazy little town. See the smiling faces of the children when they play. See the people dancing just like yesterday. There is so much love. I just want you to know that I can see your pain. I see the injustice time and time again. I'll walk beside you and I won't be afraid. to turn and face the past so we can understand there is so much love. Everywhere I look around, there is so much love. In this crazy little town, see the smiling faces of the children when they play. See the people dancing just like yesterday. See the smiling faces of the children when they play. See the people dancing tomorrow like today. There is so much love. There is so much love. There is so much love. Thank you.
That was wonderful, Jamie. Thank you. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor to commence the conferring of awards.
Would all graduands please stand? And PhDs. And smile. Chancellor. As Vice-Chancellor of Charles Darwin University, I submit to you candidates for awards as set out in this official list of graduates. I certify that those listed have satisfied the requirements for the award of those degrees, diplomas and certificates.
As Chancellor of Charles Darwin University, I hereby admit to their respective awards the candidates whose names appear in the official list of graduands. Congratulations and well done. Family and friends, our graduates.
Would all graduates please take your seats? I now call upon the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, First Nations Leadership, Professor Ruben Bolt, to acknowledge our First Nations graduates today.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and most importantly, our graduates. I too acknowledge the Larrakia people as the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today. We honour their enduring connection to this land, its waters, and the rich cultures that have thrived here for millennia. We pay our deepest respects to all Larrakia elders, both past and present, as well as to all First Nations peoples present here today. I'm Professor Ruben Bolt, and I stand before you today as a proud Yuin man from the southeast coast of Australia, and as the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of First Nations Leadership and Engagement here at Charles Darwin University. Today marks a momentous occasion as we celebrate the remarkable achievements of our First Nations students from the Darwin region who stand before us as graduates. As you watch the names of our 142 TAFE and 50 higher education graduands on the screen behind me, please remember the countless hours of hard work and determination that have led them to this moment. Each and every one of our First Nations students has demonstrated extraordinary dedication and resilience on their journey to this point. And to all graduates, I offer my heartfelt congratulations. Your path to this ceremony has been filled with challenges, triumphs, and moments of personal growth. Your commitment to learning has brought you to this milestone achievement. May you carry the lessons learned with you and apply them with passion and purpose. I extend my warmest wishes to all. May you flourish in all your endeavours, and may your future be filled with prosperity, fulfilment and possibility. Congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Bolt. I now call upon the Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ruth Wallace, to present the graduates from the Faculty of Arts and the CDU TAFE.
Thank you. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, graduates, families, friends and colleagues. It gives me great pleasure to celebrate the achievements of the graduating students from the Faculty of Arts and Society and CDU TAFE, who have developed expertise in key areas that contribute to the future of the Northern Territory and the regions across national and international borders. This faculty is proud to offer unique and inspired learning opportunities with diverse courses across a range of areas of study. Our students study courses in some of the most remote locations in Australia, or you might find them just down the road. Their programs range from certificates and diplomas in areas like culinary arts, education, hair and beauty services, tourism and hospitality services, to bachelor's or master's in education, to work in early childhood, primary or secondary schools. Today, we also celebrate students who are graduating who took research through the honours, master's or PhD programs to expand our knowledge and practice. Through expansive collection of partnerships, provide further opportunities for mentoring, placements and internships to build our students' skills that are developed through their university experience at CDU. Our graduates move into the workforce with exceptional skills, knowledge and the confidence to succeed. Graduation is the culmination of years of hard work. Through deep engagement and commitment, graduates have developed creative, professional and critical reasoning and demonstrated resourcefulness. In the next stages of your journey, I encourage you to continue to bring your unique perspective and solutions to emerging social, cultural and economic issues and to share your voice with the rest of the world. Your story matters. Your ideas matter. Your experiences matter. Your vision for what our world can and should be matters. Today we are celebrating your success. As graduates who are commencing new paths in your lives, we feel confident that you leave CDU with the knowledge, skills and experience required for your future endeavours. You will be leaders and innovators in your chosen careers and an example for all of those who have supported your journey and are inspired by your achievement. So please enjoy this moment. You deserve this celebration of an important milestone. As a member of the Charles Darwin University family, we rejoice in your achievements now and in the future. This is the time when I remember the words of Mahatma Gandhi. You must be the change you want to see in the world. I offer all graduates my deep congratulations. Thank you. Chancellor, in my capacity as Pro-Vice-Chancellor, I present to you for the award of Certificate 3 and Accounts Administration, Shayla Grace Gamble. We're going to beat all of the other faculties with noise today, please. Certificate 3 in Baking, Andrea Gale Meraderos Baltasar. For the Certificate 3 in Barbering, Safari Mukherjee. For the Certificate 3 in Beauty Services, Tainay Brown. Cameron McGilvray. For the Certificate 3 in Commercial Cookery, Jessica Jack. Mark Kevin Mercado. For the Certificate 3 in Hairdressing, Molly Jane Campbell. For the Certificate 3 in Hospitality, Evan John Fabiana. Olivia Hill. Lily Johnson. Electra Latkas. For the Certificate 3 in Tourism, Angelica Del Rio. For the Certificate 4 in Accounting and Bookkeeping, Yuen Hing Cheung. Marumaje Ruwanthi Yasoda Fernando. Claudia Mancao. For the Certificate 4 in Commercial Cookery, Novi Augustine. Edison Andre Kavantak Ampodia. Ting Chen. Gustiana. Bao Chao Lee. Similan Prasit Sang. Ruby Wong. For the Certificate 4 in Kitchen Management, Putu Aldi Krishna Arathna. Mayet Gupit Borgonos. Kirun Liu. Bertrand Frederick Motier. Rina Roshini Ratna Das. Risa Teng. For the Certificate 4 in Music, Sabine Gonelli. Jamie Francis Page. For the Certificate for in Visual Arts, Neve Barker. Okay. Bethany Ann Wilson. Diploma of Arts, Michelle Rita Taylor. For the Diploma of Beauty Therapy, Courtney Lee Stewart. For the Diploma of Information Technology, Michael Munen Kibago. Adriano Adam Yosef Moon. For the Bachelor of Accounting, Afrath Abdul Majid. Bigyan Adhikari. Portia and Joseph Bagamento. Amanda Lisboa. Jeannie Lynn Kabilis. Emily Chandley. Nafiz Cowdrey. Princess Beatrice de Luna. Kizen Giri. Kanesh Gupta. Neil Andrew Height. Kwang Hyun. Abrar Jawad Khan. Hoi Ki Lam. Angeline Raindale Liu. Nicasio Ilbanriel. Sharon Shana Marcus. Nayana Fetvangswan. Yaswant Surya Kumar. Chi Kan Tran. And for the Bachelor of Accounting and Diploma of Laws, Jeriam Badayos. Arjun Sharma. Zami Sykes. For the Bachelor of Arts, Jo Ma Benisano. Nikita Dimitrios Kafetsis. Carla Kasakala. Angela Lola. Alexandra May. Kelly Rasmussen. Anne Roy. Kathy Ryan. Dale Michael Stevens. For the Bachelor of Education Primary, Aisha Marshall. Alyssa Miller. Sarah Jane Moore. Elizabeth K.G. Petia. Tracy Lee Purdy. And for the Bachelor of Humanitarian Aid and Development, Smitri Gail. Taylor Jade Graham. Reena Pandey. Aman Rana. S.P. Sharma. Rachita Shrestha. Shweta Rani. Rika Simkada. For the Bachelor of Humanitarian and Community Studies, Anna Elizabeth Edgerton. Tendai Stella Mutiso. Sarah Kazi. For the Bachelor of Laws, Jack Timothy Kelly. Sarah Jane Scott. For the Graduate Certificate of Arts, Tyler Thurston. For the Graduate Certificate of Public Policy, Zara Antonio. Jacqueline Evans. For the Master of Arts, Richard Sajana. For the Master of Emergency and Disaster Management, Belinda Joanne Wilson. For the Master of Professional Accounting, Professional Practice, Enoch Domno Chepkonga. Navindra Chetri. Elsie Joy Manlapas David. Jai Gong. Rishab Gurum. Saikat Ahmed Kachi. Josie Magno. Christine Niziel Kibion Mariano. Mohammed Noor Alam Nayan. Bandarajay Kanashika Nethimini Raigama. Shraddha Rijal. Bindesh Sharma. Shusama Sharma. Tumi me Zabin Tamana. Zhao Yun Tang. Rui Zhao. And for the Master of Public Policy, Rochelle Flores Hernandez. Cleopas Muchena. Neil Robert Wright. Chancellor, that concludes the graduate presentation for the Faculty of Arts and Society and CDU TAFE. I now call upon the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Research and Innovation, Professor Steve Rogers, to present their CDU doctoral graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, honoured guests and graduates. It is my absolute honour to be here today to present our Charles Darwin University doctoral graduates. A Doctor of Philosophy, or PhD, is the highest postgraduate qualification that can be awarded for formal academic study. Now, the English word doctor comes from the Latin dociendi, meaning teacher or instructor. So the next time you go to your GP, you know what it means. You know what doctor means. The first licentia dociendi, licensed to teach, were awarded in the 12th century by the Catholic Church. The first university to issue the licentia dociendi was the University of Paris in 1213. A PhD involves in-depth, focused research conducted over an extended period of between 3 and 5 years, or in the case of part-time students, for up to 10 years. The research outcomes presented as a thesis are assessed by a panel of national and international academic experts who determine whether the research delivers an original and significant contribution to knowledge in the particular field of study. The candidates graduating today have all met these very demanding criteria. As we've heard, we're gathered here today on beautiful Larrakia country. First Nations people are the original researchers, scientists, teachers, technologists, and environmentalists of this land. In recognition of this, we present to our women graduates a local Larrakia message stick, and to our men a boomerang. Now, I just want to make a point that the 6 graduation ceremonies this week, we have had 18 PhD graduates. Out of that 18, 16 were women. So I think we should put our hands together. And really, and celebrate these incredibly successful women. Of course, there's a couple of guys here today as well. Well done, guys. So, message sticks are a form of communication between First Nations peoples, often employed in communicating over long distance. The Larrakia design on the message sticks we are presenting represents salt water. The boomerang represents knowledge that has existed among First Nations Australians for tens of thousands of years. Significant technological knowledge is applied to making boomerangs: what wood to use, where to find this wood, how to successfully manufacture the finished product, and the tools required to make the boomerang. The knowledge represented by these gifts has been transmitted through the generations and is part of the traditional knowledge systems that remain strong across the Northern Territory Northern Australia and beyond. Charles Darwin University honours and respects this knowledge. We therefore take pride in presenting the message sticks and boomerangs to all our PhD graduates. Chancellor, in my capacity as Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Research and Innovation, I present to you Rebecca Amery. For her thesis titled Collaborative Development of Aided AAC Systems with Yolngu Families Living with Machado-Joseph's Disease, as supervised by Associate Professor Anne Lowell, I present to you Dr. Rebecca Amery. Chancellor, I present to you Emily Armstrong. Now, I've got a little bit of help with the title of Emily's PhD, so I'll hand over to Professor Ruth Wallace.
Thank you, Steve. In recognition that this was a paper that was done and research that was done across knowledges and across languages, we've invited Garatu Gondanyu, who is a Yolngu elder and Emily's adopted grandmother, to introduce the topic and the title of this thesis.
Congratulations, my granddaughter. In language, Nalchandolarum, Kadarangan, Duridao, Unilimurto, Kumurbunan Kawangan Namirkonga Yulmo, Kabalanda. Yo, thank you.
Thank you, Jane and Ruth. In English, facilitating intercultural communication between Yolngu First Nations people from North East Arnhem Land and non-Indigenous Australians, exploring and understanding a deeper story together, as supervised by Associate Professor Anne Lowell, I now present to you Dr. Emily Armstrong. Chancellor, I present to you Lucy Huang. For her thesis titled The Contribution of Tertiary Education to Sustainable Economic Development, Evidence from the Seafood Industry in Vietnam, as supervised by Dr. Pascal Tremblay, I now present to you Dr. Lucy Huang. Chancellor, I present to you Ganesh Kumar Koramanil. For his thesis titled Implication of English Language Proficiency of EALD Students for their access and success at university, as supervised by Professor Ruth Wallace, I now present to you Dr. Ganesh Kumar Kuramanil. Well done. Chancellor, I present to you Desmond John Raymond. For his thesis titled Larrakia Entrepreneurs Straddling into and Beyond the 21st Century, as supervised by Associate Professor George Frazis and Co-Principal Associate Professor Ram Vemuri, I now present to you Dr. Desmond John Raymond. Well done. Chancellor, I present to you Alicia Victoria Wheatley. For her thesis titled Radical Socio-Ecological Transitions, Regenerative Design and Pluriversal Possibility in Costa Rica, as supervised by Professor Jennifer Diga, I now present to you Dr. Alicia Victoria Wheatley. I think they have a mutual support group. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the doctoral graduates.
I would now like to welcome Richard Sujana, who was highly recommended by the Faculty of Arts and Society and will speak on behalf of the graduates.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to first acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Larrakia people, and I give my respects to elders past, present, and future. My name is Richard Sajana, and I am graduating today with a Master of Arts. Whenever I tell people this, they get really confused when I show them my really bad and ugly drawings. That is until I tell them that my major was in the modern Greek language. Then their reactions get even more confused. It's a mixture of surprise, admiration, or total, utter confusion. I was by no means an outstanding student. I have skipped classes. I have put minimal effort into some assignments. I have hated studying. But I think that adds more strength to my testimony as a student here at Charlestown University. Let's be honest, Charlestown University is not a huge, prestigious university like Oxford, Stanford, or Monash. But in retrospect, I believe that this is a huge blessing Because of the smaller class sizes, I was able to work more closely with my peers and my lecturers. And in turn, they were able to influence and inspire new ways of thinking within myself. I can say without a doubt that all of the literature, history, philosophy, and language classes have changed my perspective of the world. Even though I did appreciate the smaller cohorts, I understand that the CDU community is growing at a really fast rate, and I completely welcome that. CDU's goal has always been to be the most connected university, and I think it's achieving that goal very well with its students. I believe that this can be attested to the wonderful lecturers and the staff behind the scenes. Yeah, let's give them a round of applause. Because a university's name is just that. It's a name. The actual substance comes from the teaching and the professional staff. Without them, CDU is just an empty husk. So I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to all the staff of CDU for making this learning journey possible. On behalf of all graduates, I would like to express my thanks to all of the mums and dads, brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, sons and daughters, friends and other family members, because as Vice-Chancellor Scott Bowman has said, you guys are the real heroes. We are deeply thankful for your support, because even with your support, we have struggled immensely. I cannot imagine what it would have been like without you guys being here. I certainly know from my experience that having the support of your loved ones changes everything. So thank you, Mum and Dad, for putting a roof over my head. Thank you to my partner for listening to my struggles. Thank you to my brothers for always being annoying. It was never my original goal to complete a master's degree. I just wanted to get my bachelor's degree and get the heck out of here. But I would like to accredit the person who was the catalyst for propelling me to obtain this goal. Associate Professor George Frazis, who is actually sitting behind me today. Because even when I doubted myself and when many around me doubted me, he always saw the best in me and believed I could achieve greatness. That in and of itself has impacted me so deeply and profoundly to always see the potential in other people. Dear graduates, and everyone else in the room for that matter, let this be a lesson for you. Always believe in yourself. Life has not been smooth sailing for me during my studies and even post-study. We have all endured stress and anxiety, uncertainty, heartbreak, financial hardship, and we have let the world take away our happiness at times. And guess what? It never stops. It's going to keep coming again and again. In these times, it's important to remember what your dream was in the first place. Whether you want to be a civil engineer, an entrepreneur, philosopher, historian, or an astronaut, it's all possible. The only thing that can stop you is your mindset. Yeah, without a doubt, life is going to throw some rubbish at your face. But it's up to you on how you're going to deal with that. Do you want to be known as the crybaby? Or do you want to be recognized as a legend? Don't let anyone steal your dreams. I repeat, do not let anyone steal your dreams. So graduates, congratulations. You have invested so much of your time into your education, and the results are just beginning to take fruition. Please take your award, believe in yourself, and smile more. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard, for that wonderful speech on behalf of all the graduates today. Please accept these flowers as a token of our appreciation. And I think we're all smiling. I now call upon the Chancellor to deliver the charge to graduates.
Graduates, I invite you to stand. Please stand. As newly conferred graduates of Charles Darwin University, it is at this stage in proceedings that we conduct a turning of the tassel ceremony. This is a long-standing university tradition that officially symbolises your transition from graduand to graduate of Charles Darwin University. Please now move your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left. I charge you as graduates to maintain a commitment to lifelong learning, to strive for truth, integrity and compassion, to contribute to your chosen profession, and by the application of your abilities, to support and nurture the communities that you're a part of. I charge you to take with you the spirit and resilience of the Territory, walk softly but proudly in the knowledge of your profession. May your achievements bring honour to your university, your chosen profession, and to yourself. Good luck.
Would all graduates please take your seats in preparation for your Guard of Honour and the closing of the ceremony.
Every new day begins with a choice. The choice to make time for what really matters. To use every opportunity to work toward our goals. And to make every day count. Once we committed, we knew it was possible. Today is a time to celebrate and reflect on what we achieved. It wasn't always easy. We had our doubts. And the juggle seemed impossible. The early mornings and the late nights. When the inspiration was not there. The search for perfection. We just wanted to get it right. But for every challenge faced, we always had the end in sight. We found our inner strength and determination. We found support along the way. We used perseverance and passion to reach our potential and to find our new world. It all comes down to this moment. A feeling that will live with us forever. To share with the ones who've inspired us. To become the person we were meant to be.
Graduates, distinguished guests, families and friends, the procession will now prepare to form a Guard of Honour for our newest graduates. The Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor then invite you to join them in the Student Square for light refreshments. Please now stand with the procession and remain standing until the graduates have left the room.